Hello everybody, welcome to Sunday's Art for Trucking episode 279. And today, of course, Super Bowl Sunday, but we are streaming, of course. And the truck we here have on the screen, the 2024 Freightliner Cascadia. And we do have this painted up like Helver lines today. And right now I am sitting here in Des Moines, Iowa. Our run today is going to be taking us over to St. George in Utah. We've got a load of pelleted animal food, we're going to call that 42,000 pounds. And underneath the hood of the Cascadia, we are running a Detroit integrated engine and transmission. So I'm running automatic. We got a 455 horsepower D15 along with a 12-speed DT12 transmission. And let's see here, David, Gary, and I am totally gonna butcher your name, Kai, if I'm even saying that properly. If not, I do apologize. So without any further waiting today, guys, hey Brenton, how's it going? We're gonna go ahead and climb in the truck, get her fired up, and let's do some trucking. And again today, there is going to be no engine mods. All the engine sounds are going to be courtesy of SCS. A lot of engines, again, have been reworked here in 158. Hey, Rizm, great to see you. Welcome in, Dub.
Get ready to turn right.
And no, you guys are not seeing anything out of the ordinary. In the 2024 Cascadia, you can run the old dash or you can run the digital dashes. We are running the old school dash today just because.
Go straight. Stay left, then turn left. Turn left.
Hey, Randy. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on some 80s music today. And let me know if you guys have any problems hearing the radio. Alright, we're also going to test today to see if this 2024 Cascadia also has the updated suspension. We'll do that once we jump on Interstate 80 here.
Stay right, then exit right. Exit right.
Yeah, so with this being a 455 integrated with a Detroit transmission, we're probably not going to go anywhere overly quick, but, okay, what the hell did that doubles do back there? He kind of went flying. He didn't hit me. I'm not sure if you guys saw that out of the digital mirror, but holy moly. Nope. Why did you change lanes, Coda? Pay attention to the signs.
Stay right, then turn right. Turn right.
I see more of the new Volvos than I do of the new Cascadia, to be honest. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look and see if the new suspension is on this truck. Oh, look at that. It is. That is... We saw this pretty much about 2 weeks ago when I first did the 158 with the T680. So this truck also has the updated suspension. And you can see that if you take a look at the wheel as I do this, look at the camber of the wheel, which is the tilt. Yeah, I see more of the new Volvos than anything else right now, Gary. I'm going to be curious here once we get over to Council Bluffs. I cannot remember. Can we take the express lanes as we go into Nebraska? And since we're not going to be in the Route 66 area today, we are going, I do have fatigue simulation re-enabled. Now, there's no easy way for me to actually see what drive time I have left. So literally, even on here, I have to actually go into here in order to see drive time. So we started at 15, 14. So we got -3, we've got 9 hours and 20 minutes left to drive for today. Hey, Bob. Alright, we're going to go straight here because this puts us on the express lanes. Those are the local exits over there. Bye-bye, Iowa. Hello, Nebraska. That's the Missouri River right there, and of course the border is right between the two states. So the routes for today's journey is Interstate 80, I-76. We'll head down to Denver, we'll hit I-70, run that over and hit I-15, run I-15 down into St. George.
Then turn right. Turn right.
And right there is a new AI vehicle in the Hammer lane. I don't know if we're going to see that at any of the random events or whatnot, but that is kind of neat to look at, to be honest with you. The downside in real life on Interstate 80, once you get to the west side of Lincoln, you see it nothing but farm fields until you get into the cities like North Platte and whatnot. Otherwise, both sides of the highway is just all farm field.
Stay left.
And that's why a lot of people call the Midwest states flyover states, because there's a lot. It's literally all farming here in the Midwest. I mean, where I live at in Iowa, literally, I am surrounded by 20 miles on every which side by farm fields. So in the wintertime, excuse me, in the summer, it gets extremely humid here because of all the moisture being drawn out of the ground, so the crops do not burn themselves up in the heat of the summer. Oh yeah, there's rest areas, David. Alright, so we got 6 hours left to drive. Well, 6.5. And it is currently what time? 3:30. So we got 6.5. We need to stop by 10 p.m. So somewhere between 9 and 10 we'll stop. Are we going to be able, we should be able to get into Denver. I'm not sure how much long after that. Either that or we're going to have to stop before we get into Denver on I-76. There should be a rest area there. So actually, let's bring up the map today. And is there a rest area? Yeah, right in Sterling is probably, we're either going to stop here or we're going to stop in Sterling. One of the two. So this right here is Olagaga or Olagala or something like that, is where right this area here. So it's either going to be there or down here. Yeah, Ogalala. I don't know why that just does not roll off of my tongue. And again, we're showing off the updated suspension on the Cascadia. You can definitely tell by that camber. And if you ever did that in real life next to a car, they're probably going to be crying out and screaming, "What the hell are you doing?" Now, I don't know how far Helver Lines goes west. I know I do see them on Interstate 29. Definitely a lot, as when I go back to New York, you get into Illinois, you see a ton of them. So if they don't go all the way to the west coast or whatnot, no big deal. This is just a game. Oh, look at that. There's a Tesla there in the left lane. And I've looked on the website, and I didn't see, I know they run Canada, because that literally they started running around the northern Midwest, but I don't know how far they actually went. So great to know that us going to St. George is not going to be out of the question for them. Good one, Randy. Well, once we get Wisconsin and Superior, that would definitely make a... Well, they're headquartered in Superior. I would imagine they do have a terminal there also, but definitely once we get Wisconsin, it will make that way more realistic for sure. Alright, and they're 456 pounds over the GVW. They're not going to worry about that because you are going to burn that off in fuel. If they wanted to be sticklers, yeah, they can give you an overweight, but you literally get rid of about 75, 80 gallons. There goes that 500 pounds. Now, if there were axle limits that you were over on that, then yes, you're going to be sliding tandems. And I am kind of curious what modders are going to be able to do with the widgets once 158 gets out for everybody. With the integrated that we're running on the Detroit solution, it's definitely built for max fuel economy. So this was a brand new truck and we've gone 400 miles. So I'm actually kind of curious, what is our fuel mileage looking like? .4 miles to a gallon. That's actually really darn good. Alright, got about 3 hours left to drive. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get into Sterling. We may need to stop in Ogallala. Let's take a... Oh, actually... No, we should be able to get down into right here. I'm just going to put a waypoint on there. And next checkpoint, 121 miles. Okay, yeah, we're good. So we are not stopping here. Now, this is not intentional today, but we are going to be going through the Eisenhower Johnson Tunnel and the Glenwood Canyon. I just looked at route mileage, so we're roughly about 1,300 today on this trip.
Turn right.
Alright, and this sunset that we are currently viewing here, that is courtesy of Weather 3.5.1, which you can get on the Steam Workshop. It is working with the 158 beta. That was totally my fault. I am not gonna, there's no one to blame on that but me. Because the AI was literally starting to slow down way too early. So, completely my fault. I mean, we've got enough time to go another couple of hours, but I am not going to risk it because once we get into Denver, there's a truck stop, there's the international dealer, and our base garage, so we're going to pull off here.
Exit right. Turn left.
Yeah, well, we're not going to the truck stop. We're going to go to this rest area over here.
Go straight. Finding new route.
Yeah, I totally did not have a preference. If I had to choose a specific brand, though, probably the FLD 120. I wish I would have gotten into a condo sleeper instead of just the mid-roofs that I was running.
When possible, make a U-turn.
I'm a tall guy too, so the mid-roof was literally having to lay down to put my pants on. Yeah, that was really fun. Not. Look at that. No damage. Woo! And not that I need to worry about this, but if you take a look at that rear tandem there, the center of the hub is in front of that 40-foot mark. That 40-foot mark is literally the longest that your trailer tandems can be slid back on a 53 to be California legal. Hey, Justin. And our ABS light is not on, so we've got ABS on our trailer, which is good. St. George, Utah is where we're going to. We started in Des Moines, Iowa. And right now we are in Sterling, Colorado. I got a GPS set over there. Let's go ahead and reset that because we don't need to be routed over there.
Rerouting. Turn left. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
I'm not really good at guessing games.
Stay right. Then turn right. Turn right.
Well, automatics definitely make it easier. And I would imagine, I mean, they make very few cars anymore with a manual transmission, and the ones that are have to be ordered that way. A manual transmission is not standard. Alright, again, we're going to show off the updated suspension here of the Cascadia. All you need to look is that the front camber on that wheel as I rock back and forth. You can see that changing. And just a reminder, not all trucks are going to have this in 158. Right now, the only three that I know that do are the T680, 2024 Cascadia, and the Volvo VNL. I personally have not tested the VNL, just so take that with a grain of salt for the time being. Alright, what's your guys' choices of who is going to win the Super Bowl tonight? Seattle or New England? Me? 100% Seattle. And I would love to get into a first generation VNL just because. Though there is a mod for it, but it is literally a very bad mod. Rust Belt Rails, how's it going today? Welcome to the stream. I was a part of one VTC and it literally sucked all the fun out of the game for me, so I will never join another VTC. I wouldn't say they suck, but it depends on how they are run. If all they worry about is getting the number one on the boards, then yeah, they're going to sap all the fun out for everybody. Virtual trucking company. And what I do anymore is I've got a small group of friends, 5 to 7 to 8 or so, and we run convoys on Saturday night. We switch between ATS and ETS every other week. every week, so we're not playing the same game all the time. We do run mods, and it's just fun because there's no tracking or anything like that. We do it because we enjoy it and to spend time with our friends. And here we go up the mountain towards Vale and the Eisenhower Johnson tunnels. So yes, you guys do know what's coming. Echo check. Echo check is working. Oh, you're really going to enjoy 158 then, Rust Belt, because all the engine sounds are basically redone here in 158. Check their website, Big Dub. Come on, come on. And I'm nothing against you, but I mean, Google was there for a reason. Bing, DuckDuckGo, whatever your search engine. Way back in, we're talking, this was back in my VTC days. I ran going over the old Grapevine and went into that runaway ramp on the north side of that. Oh my goodness, I didn't have to get towed, but it took forever to get out of there. And one of my favorite areas here in the game, the Glenwood Canyon. That echo is good. Alright, and again here, we've got 5.5 hours to drive. I'm just doing this for time. That's one thing I hate about this, is you now need to go into quick info and pause the game in order to see this information. So, 5 hours, that is going to 5 hours, did I say 5.5? Yeah, so 5:30 at the latest, I guess, is when we are going to need to stop. Yep, echo check thrice is working. As we're about halfway through the stream, if you guys are enjoying so far, please leave a thumbs up. If you want to support the channel, please do so by hitting that subscribe button down below. It is absolutely free. Unlike other channels, I do not ask for any money whatsoever. So there are no super chats, no super thanks, no super stickers, no channel memberships, nothing here that will cost you money. The only thing that I don't have control over is how frequent ads are for you. I do have them set to low, so if you are getting like a ad every couple of minutes, you are going to need to complain to YouTube. Oh, really, Randy? Okay. And it should be an X64. That may be. It could be something that simple for sure. Okay, the X64 version, you installed it to X86? Yeah, that could be exactly the reason why. Right now, Eric, I am running about 20 mods here on the 158 open beta. Now, I do not report bugs to SCS, and I know what I am doing with mods, but if you have no idea what you are doing with mods and you want to run the open beta, definitely have a brand new profile without mods. Run quick jobs or whatnot. And I'm not going to log into the SCS forums either. One of their moderators literally ticked me off and gave me a board warning for calling someone lazy. So I basically gave him the good old F you and won't go back there. Yeah, so I basically sent him a message. I said, you gave me a board warning for calling someone lazy, and, oh, it's a personal attack kind of thing. Wouldn't you be offended? And I go, no, because I'm not a Karen. And then never heard anything back.
Stay left.
Hey, how about that? We got a green light. Don't need to pull into that coupe. Thank you, Colorado. Plus, you really can't give any criticism to SCS on their own forums because of the, I'm just going to call them what they are, the fanboys. SCS will do nothing wrong, and it's always your fault and not SCS, which is the furthest from the truth. There are some things that SCS does get wrong, and when you voice your criticism, you should be heard. And when I did that, it was always in a respectful manner, but the fanboys on the forums, forget it. You could not tell them anything. Yep, we haven't heard anything. They showed the pictures on the Christmas 2024 stream, and we didn't get any update on the 2025 stream. And how are you doing today, Mr. Riley? I could see why people want that, Eric, but to be completely honest with you, I would do it a couple of times, and then as long as there was a way to disable it, I would disable it completely, because it's monotonous, and for me it would turn to be boring. Just like all the people who want SCS to add getting out of the truck. I see the reason for it. And especially at your garage, or even at a truck stop when you're getting fuel, or even doing a pre-trip walk around in the morning. I mean, I love the idea for that, but you know that's not what people want it for. They want it to go walking around the map, which the map is not able or not designed to be explored on foot. They mentioned just this past Christmas stream, there are 34 vehicle projects in line with both ATS and ETS2. Yes, the vehicle team does need help, 100%. Now those 34, I mean, we're talking, that could be any number of things. It could be as simple as adding the T680 to traffic. It could be all the new trucks that are scheduled to come to ATS. the ones for ETS2, the rebuilds, and also for the road trip and the coaches DLCs. That's why they always underpromise. They don't want to give you a promise or overpromise and then not deliver. So they're not going to give us really any information until they're for sure the trucks and whatnot will be released. Yeah, they first mentioned DX12 back in 2021. And that was Pablo who mentioned it. And here we are 5 years later, and right now we do not have it. But once consoles come later this year, fingers crossed on that, is when the PC version will get DX12. I know exactly what stream it was mentioned on too, which was the DAF, XG, and XG Plus streams.
Go straight. Go straight. Finding new routes.
Yeah, multi-core is definitely coming with DX12. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. It needs to be done. Hey, look at that. We can sleep here. Alright, so drive time, that's actually perfect. We got 39 minutes left of drive for the day. You may be going, it says 3:39. Well, yes, SES works off a 14-hour clock. Real life, it is 11, so we drop those 3 hours. Alright, but what I am going to do here is, what time was it? 4 o'clock. I don't want to start driving at 2 o'clock in the morning, so we're going to move the time forward just a few hours here to like 8 p.m. Now, if you guys are wondering how I got a chrome door with the Helver lines on the back, well, simple. That is a chrome texture of a diamond plate back door with the texture on it. So it's not SES's chrome back shiny, hiney, or whatever. Alright, pre-trip was good. And how far do we have to go? And jump outside. 224 miles to where we're going in St. George. Alright, we are good to go for there. They've got 40 coders from what they said on this past Christmas stream, but those coders are literally for both projects. So we're talking coaches, Project Road Trip, also consoles, and getting PC version updated. So that's a lot to do, especially with the game being written in C++, more than likely. Now, I'm trying to debate what is going to be better. We know that OpenGL is going bye-bye. We are getting DX12, but the game is also going to run in Vulkan. So, what do you guys think? Is DX12 going to be better, or is it going to be Vulkan? And if we do get any sort of frame generation, DLSS, or the open source version, which is what AMD uses, which is, I forget what it is called, slipping off the top of my head, but I don't think the game is going to need DLSS, to be honest. I don't even think it's going to be, I don't even think we need frame generation either. FX Super Resolution is the AMD version, I believe. Oh, remember, we are still in the 10th anniversary of ATS. That's the entire month of February. And we've only just scratched the surface with 2 live streams. And those were keys for Louisiana and Colorado. So we do still have some future surprises coming. So, I mean, keep an eye out on social media and definitely pay attention, at least until the end of the month. Now, they've been working on the 389 tuning pack since 2024. That's when we first heard about that. So, I mean, I say what we're going to get first is the 389 rebuild along with the tuning pack, which was confirmed on this past year's Christmas stream. Yeah, the new VNL is coming. The Mac Pioneer is also coming. That is going to be a sweet truck there, the Pioneer. And they gotta stop using straps that get like 2-inch straps or whatnot. They need to get the Kinadyne straps that are connected to the trailer. And for a load of lumber like that, I would never use a 2 or 3-inch strap. Not in my life. Definitely need quarter protectors to protect the straps. At least they got the chains right, even though, I mean, back when I was hauling flatbed, if I ever had to use chains, yeah, I used ratchet straps and I had some snap binders. Snap binders you had to be careful with, because if you let go of that and it wasn't, and your bar was not literally, that snap binder wasn't secure, and you were near that bar, say goodbye to your face. Lately they have been. So we got the Century, the Columbia, and now the Cascadia. After last year of ATS not getting a truck, I think this year is going to be the trucks for ATS. I could see 3 of them coming. So we're talking the P389 rebuild, which is going to be literally a brand new truck, even though it was literally released not long after the game was 10 years ago. We have the VNL and the Pioneer both coming. The screenshots of those on the Christmas stream was in-game footage, not from a Maya rendering. Yeah, and now with the 2 older trucks that we've got, the Scania 112M and the Ford, no word from SES as these are older if they are going to be paid trucks or not. I don't think so, because Pavel had said long ago trucks are the core of the game and that they should be free content. So I don't see those 2 older trucks being charged. They are going to be given to us. And I want news on the 579 Next Gen, the 589 from Kenworth. They've also teased the W990. And beyond that, I don't know what is coming. Oh, the International HX520. Those are going to be coming also as an international vocational truck. I would say the 589 too, just because. I mean, yeah, it's a rebuild of the 389, but it's also a one-piece windshield, and it's going to be full digital dashboard. And the 389 was still a two-piece windshield. The 589 got rid of that and went to all one-piece. Yeah, the CLT 9000, once we get that from SCS, I am going to run the living daylights out of that truck, just because. Hey, Scat Pack, how's it going? If they do that, they would need a license from ARI. And then they'd have to get the truck manufacturers on board also, since they're changing core configurations.
Stay right. Then exit right. Exit right. At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
Need to get these markers moved more inside the company too. Well, the Sterling brand is owned by Daimler Trucks North America. That was Ford for a little bit, and then Western Star bought them out, and then I'm not sure what Western Star did with the brand itself. Darn it, we can't bump the dock here. Okay, so we're gonna pull up just a little bit, just like so. Alright, we still have a half hour left, so I'm gonna see and take a look here. Do we have a run that will go down to Vegas? We do, but it's empty pallets. Let's check external market, just because. There should be a little bit more here. Hopefully. $283 is too much to... So, literally, Barstow is $271 too much. Yeah, so everything here is basically going to be pallets. And they all pay the same, and they're going to different locations. So we'll go to Home Store and get that. Why not? I don't care. Besides the change to the root advisors, 158 is really good. Yeah, I could have picked up there, but back where those moving containers are is where we would have been backing into. It's like, nah, we're not doing that.
Turn left. At the roundabout, take the third exit. Exit now.
Most of your mods should work. The ones that I know that are not working, mirror FOV mods need to be updated. I am running an updated one from Z mods, so that's why I have a current FOV on this one, and root advisor mods are definitely going to be broken. And of course, map mods.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right. Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right. Stay right, then turn right. Turn right. Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
Open Sesame. Ah, darn, we don't get to load in a dock. Now, one thing that I kind of want to do here is, I haven't done this with the updated suspension, even with the T680 when we ran that, but we're going to pay attention here to the tandems on the truck. That should be independent suspension on these back tandems. Yep, that's exactly what that was.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right. Stay left. Then turn left. Turn left.
Okay, let's go ahead and shut that off for now.
Stay left. Then exit left. Exit left.
Sin City, here we come. And for those of you who are just joining in today, if you have not said anything, again, the 2014 Cascadia does have the updated suspension. Alright, we have another ground pressure check, but we're going to be nowhere close to 80,000. I can almost guarantee it. Yeah, we're not even 58,000. You really had to pull me in, huh? Man, can you imagine the Virgin River Canyon here getting reworked to what they did down when we saw the Hoover Dam? Oh my goodness, this would take this area to a whole nother level. Hey, Justin. We don't have that much further to go. We're just going down to Vegas. Majority of the stream went from Des Moines to St. George, Utah. We did have time for another trip, so just a little short one today. At least for the second one. We're running the 2024 Cascadia today. And here we are in North Las Vegas. What they put in over there, since they couldn't put Las Vegas Motor Speedway, they put the Red Bull Air Races. But Las Vegas Speedway is basically in the exact same area. So that's what that is right over there. Yeah, that part is fine, Scat Pack. What the problem is, F6 now brings up your widget options. So of what shows, I've got the virtual mirrors disabled. And then F7 used to be able to see damage on the root advisor. And so one moment here. F7 just brings up the vehicle adjustments. The only way to view damage now is through your F1 pause menu. That is it. So, I mean, no damage or anything, but people do use this here and the job details. Those were visible on the root advisor. I understand why people are upset about those being moved to here, because just one quick glance and you can see what you were doing, what it was. Now you actually need to pause the game in order to take a look. The first load was pelleted dog food. Right now, since out of St. George, there's really not a whole lot there unless you're running a flatbed. So it's just empty pallets that are coming down here into Vegas. Tanner X, how's it going today? Welcome to the stream. Hey, how about that? We don't need to do a blindside back. I'm all for that. We're going to need to do a pull up here on this one. I screwed up. You want to know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to do that right now. Because literally I started straightening out way too quickly. And you can tell by how far to the right I am in that area. What are you doing, Coda? Holy moly. Talk about a rookie backing. Now maybe I wish I should have done a blind side. That is not even close to being square in the door. How many pull-ups are we at? 4? But then I've also said it doesn't matter how many pull-ups that it takes, that you need to get square in the door, and don't let anyone tell you that you're doing it wrong, unless you are doing it wrong. Alright, but that is all the time that I do have for today. I do want to thank you guys for watching this Sunday's R4 Trucking. If you did enjoy the stream, make sure that you leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a thumbs down, because I am all about the feedback. If you liked what you saw and you are already not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Help the channel grow. It is absolutely free. Have a great rest of your Sundays, and remember, keep that shiny side up, and I'll catch you on the flip-flop.